Good morning, students. Today we are going to be starting our next section of Chapter 9. We're going to begin talking about volume. So previously we were talking about surface area. So basically what would it take to cover the outside of a shape. And today we're going to talk about how much would it take to fill a shape, basically, or how much space does something take up. That's what volume is. So in words, the volume V of a prism is the product of the area of the base and the height of the prism. That's what we're going to be doing today. So we're given a rectangular prism here. What we need is the area of the base B, or really here the area of that rectangle. And we're going to end up multiplying it by the height. Or if we have a triangular prism, same thing. Area of the base, so area of that triangle. And multiplying it by the height is what we're going to be doing. So what does that look like in a formula? The algebra, volume equals the area of the base, that's the capital B, times the height. So area of the base times the height of the prism. So if we look at our first example, today we're just going to be focusing on rectangular prisms. Tomorrow we'll do triangular. So rectangular prism, we want our volume. So here we have a 6 yard by 8 yard by 15 yard prism. So the volume equals the area of the base times the height. So our base here is a rectangle. If you remember area of a rectangle, that's length times width. So really our volume is equal to the length times the width, which would have been the area of the base, times the height. So substitute in what we know. We know the length to be 6, we know the width to be 8, and the height to be 15. So 6 times 8 times 15 is what's going to give us the volume. So if we multiply, find the area of the base, that is 48, that's that 6 times 8 part, and multiply it by 15, and we get a volume of 720 square yards. So really what you can think about with this formula is once you find the area of that base, you find the area of that bottom rectangle there, think about stacking it on top of itself for 15 yards, and that's what you get for your volume. How much space that fills up? 720 square yards. So looking at one more, a rectangular prism again. This one actually happens to be a cube, but it's found the same way. Again, volume is area of the base times the height. So area of our base is length times width. So length times width times height is going to give us the area of the rectangular prism, where our length, width, and height here are all 4. Works out nicely, so 4 times 4 times 4. Break that down, gives us 16 times 4, and when you multiply all three, you end up with 64 square feet for our volume of the prism. So that is how much it fills up. Sorry, I keep saying square, it's actually cubic feet, is what I meant. I'm a little stuck on surface area there, I guess, still. So cubic feet. So 44 or 64 cubic feet is what this would fill up. Or, you can think of how much water would it take to have filled up this prism or this box, that type of an idea. So yeah, if you have any questions, let me know. Use Google Hangouts, Google Meets, and I'll be able to help. Enjoy the rest of your Wednesday otherwise.